This is exactly how I started my agency as a complete newbie, and also how I scaled it, and also the lessons I learned along the way. So let's get right into it. The first thing I did is I picked a niche, and the reason for this is if you don't pick a niche, you won't know who you should even message, and you can't create an offer around a certain substrata of people. So pick a niche. Now you might be asking, how do I pick a good one? You pick a niche that you can resonate with well, because it makes the conversations so much easier. So if you are an avid football player, pick football trainers. Okay, if you're an avid gym goer, pick personal trainers. If you are an avid real estate investor, pick real estate investors. On and on and on. Number two, I got a mentor. Okay, I got a mentor, and the reason for this is you will pay no matter what you do. You'll pay either in time or you'll pay either in money. And I wanted to make money ASAP, so I decided to hire a mentor so that I can learn lessons quicker and waste less time so I can make money sooner. So essentially what I did hiring mentors, I bought back 3+ years of my time because he shared with me his lessons, his failures, so I wouldn't make the exact same mistakes. If you don't do this, you can very well see results. It just might take you 3 extra years. So just understand, hiring a mentor expedites that whole entire process for you. Now, step number 3 is I structured my offer to actually help. Okay, a lot of people, and myself too, was guilty of making an offer that didn't help people. I would just make an offer just for the sake of making an offer, but it didn't actually help anybody. So make sure to make an offer that helps people. And you might be asking, well, how do I make an offer that helps people? Figure out what your prospects actually need or want. Okay, so figure out what it is that they actually need or want, and then make your offer based around that. Okay, so next thing, number 4, is I created my accounts. Now, what I mean by accounts is my outreach accounts, and here I'll give you a bit of an example of what a good account, what a bad account looks like. So this is a bad account, okay? You do not want to make an account that looks somewhat similar to this. This is super salesy, and unless you are the biggest, okay, agency out there in the world, this will never work. Okay, I take that back. Maybe it will, but I would not recommend this at all because people do business with people, not with things. This is a thing. Okay, this right here is a thing. This right here is a person. So people do business with people. So per people, right? This guy. So make your account look normal. And if you're gonna ask right now, what do I make my account look like? Make it look like you are a normal human being. So if we take a look at Dylan here, okay, right here, everything is normal. It's just normal. There's nothing salesy. There's no big claims. He has his name. He doesn't have his company name, right? Like, it's just normal posts, normal everything. Look normal. Just look like a normal human being. Simple as that. Okay. Good rule of thumb. Have at least, like, I don't know, 10, 20 posts, and have like at least 100 followers is like a good benchmark to aim for. Okay. So number 5 is I made a script. Now script is in quotations here because I made a script, but I changed it every single day because what I realized is no script is 100% going to work. So what I ended up doing is making a bunch of different scripts, and eventually I just made a framework that I would follow instead of a script, okay? So if you watch some of my old videos, I talk a lot about video messages. I don't have a script for a video message, but I have a framework for video messages, okay? So that's number 5. Number 6, I started outreaching, okay? I just started doing the work. Boom, started getting right to it, getting my face in front of other people. Okay, that is the only way you're going to sign clients, is getting your face in front of other people. Simple as that. Okay, and I started outreaching relentlessly. Okay, and here's some examples of my outreaching. So, as we can see, they weren't all positive. Okay, well here, loved sending messages in a bottle. I send a lot of voice messages at this time, not a lot of video messages, which is something I transitioned to in later. Once again, I'll let you know if I need some assistance. Thanks once again. Once my website is ready, I can think about it. Okay, so obviously that was a no for the time being. This guy, haha man, I'm a closer. If you want to talk more about those leads, I'm working with Phil and I'm your guy. Well, let's put it this way. Is building an audience and personal brand selling what's important to you? Not at the moment. Okay, down the road, surely, but as of now, I'm focusing on helping other people. Yada, yada, yada. Yeah, bro, for sure, I got you. Left it. He said, no, nothing we can do. Okay, another example of me outreaching. Okay, cool, no problem. Which video do you want to edit? I told him. He said, okay. Yada, yada, yada. Going back and forth. Yes, I clipped it together for you for a post. Send you an email. Okay, and then boom, away we go. So there's just some examples of me outreaching. Okay. And number 7 is I never gave up. No matter what happened, no matter how many bad responses or good responses I would get, I would never give up. And here's me shocked. Okay, just shocked. Number 8. Okay, or no matter what. Now, number 8 is I cashed in. Okay, I finally broke through the ice and made a bunch of money. Now, remember, disclaimer here. It did not start out this way. As a matter of fact, for months it did not start out this way. And I also spent time and money to learn skills, and I worked hard, and I failed a shit ton. But here's the thing, is I kept going no matter what. Okay? No matter what, I kept going. And one thing I want you guys all to take away from this is we are the same. There is nothing different about you and me. As a matter of fact, when I first started and scaled my first agency, I was in school full time. I was working a part-time job at the bank. Okay? I was going to the gym and a bunch of other things. I still had friends. Okay? Like we are by all, definitions the same. Okay? There's nothing different about me and you. Yes, I'm lazy. Yes, I procrastinate. Yes, there's plenty of days where I don't want to get up and do the work. Okay? Yes, I probably have all these disorders people like to put over themselves, right? But I didn't let that get in the way of me doing the thing that I wanted to do, okay? Which is help people and selfishly make a bunch of money, okay? So just remember, you can do this too. There's nothing different about me and you, and if you do believe that there's something different, it means you're playing the victim mindset. I would not recommend doing that, okay? Because that is one way you can ensure you will not see success. So the first thing you have to do is realize, okay, that we are the same. We are the same. Everybody else that makes a bunch of money, we're all the same. We're all human beings that face the same issues every single day. Okay? There's days when my alarm rings and I do not want to get up and I want to stay cozy in bed. Okay? There's days where I'll wake up at 9 a.m. That's considered late and I don't have a cold shower. Okay? I'm normal. Okay? I'm a normal human being, just like you are. Okay? We're the same. So if I can do it, I promise that you can too. Okay? So, last thing before we wrap up this video, I'm going to answer some common questions. Okay, some common questions to hopefully help you out, expedite your journey. So, first off, a lot of times I get asked, how can I take payment from my clients? Okay, well, the answer is there's a plethora of ways. I like to use Stripe. It's been the easiest one for me. I've also used PayPal in the past. However, I know that some people's countries don't support Stripe, so in that case, I would go and find another alternative. I don't know whether you use PayPal or Square. There's a bunch of other options you can use. It does not matter. Just something that can take payment. Simple as that. Okay. Number two, people always say, "Oh, contract says contract says. What do you use? Yada yada yada." Stop focusing on contracts and start focusing on signing clients. Okay. Unless you have an abundance of clients and you're charging a shit ton of money per client, contracts are not necessary. As a matter of fact, the last 5 clients I've signed, I have not used a single contract because there's just no point. There's no point at this moment in time to sign a contract. I'm not gonna fuck them over. Sure, it would be smart to do so. Okay, right now, in this moment in time, I could not be bothered to focus on other things. It's not top of my priority list. Do not focus on it either. Okay, doesn't matter. Don't need it. Third thing, do I need a website? No. I do have one. Yes. 2 parts to that. One, I'm now obviously bigger than I was before, and 2, I made one before I knew that I didn't need one. But do not make a website. You do not need a website. Okay, you don't need it. You just don't. There's no value, especially as someone who's a beginner, that would apply to you to get a website. Nothing would benefit you from having a website. Okay. Number 4, how do I find leads? Okay, people ask me all the time, how do I find leads? How do I find prospects to message? Well, it depends on what you're doing. Okay, like let's say you are doing IGDMs. Okay, let's say you're doing Facebook DMs. Okay, go on Facebook, literally type in your niche and then location. So let's say you're doing realtors Vancouver, realtors Toronto, realtors New York, realtors Florida, infinite amount of leads that way. Okay, let's say you're doing lawyers, same concept, right? And you can even change the location on Facebook, so it makes it easier there. For Instagram, obviously a little different. You can do the suggested method. I have a video on this where you would find one person who's like your ideal prospect, your ideal client. You would then go to the top right where you can click like more people like this, the suggested method, see all the suggested accounts and scroll through. So that is 2 ways you can find leads. And yeah, it depends on where you're searching. Google, Instagram, Facebook, yada, yada, yada. Fifth thing, my bad, is how do you close? Well, the easiest way to help you close more is to, 1, make sure you are finding good prospects, and 2, make sure you have a good offer, right? Like, if you have the best prospect in the world but the worst offer, you're not going to close. If you have the worst prospect in the world but the best offer in the world, you're still not going to close. So you need a good mix of both, okay? What makes a good prospect? It's somebody that you can actually help. If you can't help them, they're no longer a good prospect. Okay, like if your service cannot benefit them in any way, shape, or form, they're now deemed not a good prospect. Like you won't be able to help them. So what would make them good, right? And obviously the good offer. Like if your offer does not help them in any way, shape, or form, you're not going to close, right? Like if you had an offer, okay, that basically doubled someone's money, why would they not hire you? Right? Like if you have a good prospecting, you solve a problem that they have, why would they not hire you if you're sending messages at scale? Right? If you reached out to 2,000 people and that you knew with 100% certainty that they had a certain problem that you could solve, and you said, hey, listen, I know you're having this problem, I could solve it, okay? And it would make financial sense to them to solve the problem, why would they not say yes? Okay, so just think of it that way. Are you really solving a problem? Is it a need or a want? And is it like a status, is it an emotional need, or is it an actual like physical need that they're looking for? Okay, that's how you can base your offer. Now, sixth thing, how do I book calls? People ask all the time, I can't seem to book calls. The easiest way to book more calls is 1, to be more authentic, 2, to build more rapport, 3, this is kind of like tricky, like this is like the process, is make sure that they know why they're hopping on the call. Okay, a lot of people will just like out of the blue say, hey, let's hop on a Zoom call. And it's like, why? Like make it clear to the person that they know why they're hopping on the call. And then the easiest way to position the call is first off to phone them or at least send a video message asking the call, and then frame the call in a way to where it makes sense for them. So a lot of people I see do something along the lines of this. Hey, I edit videos to help you grow your brand. Would you want to hop on a Zoom call? No bueno. Instead, you'd want to do something like, hey, listen, I help people grow their brand so that they can bring in more leads. Would you be open to have a quick 5-minute chat to learn a bit more about this? See the difference? Like they understand why. 2, the call is positioned in a super quick, low-key way. Like you want to downplay the call as if, oh, the call's nothing, right? Because if you downplay the call as in like, oh, the call is nothing, they'll be more likely to say yes. Because at the end of the day, people are just scared of wasting their time and making the wrong decision. Okay, so if you ensure that, hey, the call is going to be a quick 5-minute chat to talk about X, Y, and Z that might help you, it's a no-brainer. Okay, so last thing before I will head out is who and when to hire. Okay, people always are like, oh, who and when should I hire? The easiest answer to this, okay, is you do not need to worry about this as a beginner. You should be doing everything yourself until you get like good enough from a fundamental standpoint that you're able to hire it out. And the reason for this is if you aren't good at something and you hire someone, how will you know if they're performing well? How will you know what to tell them what to do? How will you know what to switch and change? Right? You won't. So make sure you get good at the thing before you outsource it. And I recommend, depending on what agency you run, the thing you should outsource would be the thing that basically has the least amount of impact on your business and makes you the least amount of money, if that makes sense, right? So I don't know, let's say for some reason bookkeeping, like whatever it is that makes the most amount of sense to outsource that first. Okay, so if you had to pick between running your clients' ads or taking the sales calls, outsource the running the ads first, because taking the sales calls is more important to have you taking them. Okay, because it's right. I'm sure we can all agree on that. So that is when and who to hire. And when to hire is essentially like I said, when you've got good enough, when you have like a good amount of clients to where it's too much for you to do it all, right? Because you want to be taking all the money at first. So yeah, that wraps that up. To finish this off, like I said, in number 2, like getting a mentor, if you want, okay, to get coached by multiple 6-figure agency owners for free, okay, there's a $100 accountability deposit, but that's simply so that, you know, we're mimicking the fact that there's a gun to your head and you got to do the work, right? Like if someone said, hey, send 100 outreaches in the next hour, you're like, oh, I don't know if I can. But if someone held a gun to your head and said, hey, listen, send 100 outreach messages in the next hour or I kill you, you'll send 100 outreach messages. Same point, gets refunded, yada, yada, yada. Click the link down below. Free coaching by multiple 6-figure agency owners, including myself. And you get to be in an amazing community with like-minded individuals who are also in the agency space, okay? So not only do you get to learn from people, you get to network with people to make the agency space and the agency process more enjoyable, okay? Hope to see you all in there. If you have any questions, drop them down below. I hope that you found some value in this. I can make your life easier and hopefully make you more money. Take care. Peace.